Today's article is book excerpt posted to Microsoft website. Title is Why Hybrid Work Makes OKR More Essential Than Ever. Author and Microsoft corporate VP Patrick Valerie shows how shared purpose keeps team on track and helps companies grow, turning bricklayers into cathedral builder. This excerpt is adapted from forthcoming books OKR for All, Making Objective and Key Results Work for Your Entire Organization by Patrick Valerie. In 2021, Microsoft acquired the company he founded, Ally.io. Valerie is now the corporate VP of Microsoft Viva Goals, a tool for setting and tracking OKR that is now part of Viva Employee Experiences platform. You might have heard some version of the following parable. A man walking down the street sees three bricklayers. Each of them is diligently packing bricks along a wall, and each of them is working very hard. To the first bricklayer, a man asks the question, "What are you doing?" The bricklayer replies, "I'm laying bricks. I'm working hard to feed my family." The man moves to the second bricklayer and asks the same question, "What are you doing?" Second bricklayer replies, "I'm building this nice big wall." Finally, the man comes to the third bricklayer, who is most focused, and asks again, "What are you doing?" The third man has a gleam in his eyes and says, "I'm building a great cathedral." This story has always captured the importance of purpose-driven work for me. The fact is most employees don't understand the full context of why they are doing the work they do. They work on what their manager has told them to do or what some project management tool lists as the next task for them, but no one offers them the bigger picture. When every team and person in your organization is aligned to strategic priority of the business and understand the purpose behind their work, those team and people will be highly engaged, productive, and happy. It is true when building cathedral, and it is true in business. When team understand the why, they intuitively recognize concept and plan more accurately and concretely, and will be able to flag risk, needed changes, and opportunities they may have been missed otherwise. By focusing on what matters in the midst of daily whirling daily whirlwind of activity, your team stay in the flow and are highly productive. Purpose and alignment bring your team together and foster collaboration. The leadership challenge is how to bring purpose to work everyone is doing so that everyone in the organization understand they are building a cathedral and not just coming to work every day to lay brick one at a time. But why now? As a business leader, you need line of sight into the work being done across the company in a hybrid mode. In your employees needs to experience transparency from you. Let's scroll down. Speed and collaboration are happening at a scale we have never seen before. But with this new way of working, meaning hybrid work, business leaders and their teams are experiencing challenges amplified by the climate around them. These challenges take several forms. Here are challenges. A lack of alignment is creating bottleneck. Expectations for growth are more daunting than ever. And great reshuffle. According to Microsoft 22 Work Trend Index, 43% of global workforce is somewhat or extremely likely to consider changing job in the coming year. Visibility is more difficult and blind spots have emerged. OKRs help every employee see the cathedral you are building with each brick they lay. In the end, it all comes down to a relentless focus on purpose and making it applicable to every part of the business. That's where OKR comes in. OKR align your entire organization to strategy, shifting focus from output, the everyday work of your team, to outcomes, which are the result of that work. This mindset shift keeps your team highly engaged with a clear sense of purpose and understanding of how everyone is contributing to forward momentum. As a goal setting methodology, OKR were introduced by longtime Intel CEO Andy Grove and later popularized by John Doerr in his strategic planning masterpiece, Measure What Matters, How Google, Bono, and Gates Foundation rocked the world with OKR, which introduced OKR to the world stage. Our method, built on and adapt traditional model to help organizations avoid common misinterpretation of OKR. For example, some companies use them as top-down directive, which can leave some employees out of mix and create toxic environment that halt progress. More effective approach focus on organization's top priority while leaving room for ideas from team members. I advocate an approach that uses three building blocks: objective, a clear and inspiring goal. Whether at the company, department, or team level, an objective is where you are headed. Key result, a measurable outcome, which should be ambitious but achievable and quantifiable enough to lead to objective grading. And finally, key initiative are the individual activities whose execution will impact performance on defined objective. The idea is to have OKR embedded in the DNA of your organization. What's next? Perhaps my favorite part of bricklayer parable is that it's often attributed to the famous architect Christopher Wren, who has commissioned to rebuild St. Paul's Cathedral after Great London Fire of 1666. To truly execute on something amazing, Wren understood that it takes everyone working toward same vision and took it upon himself to ensure the people working on St. Paul's understand the vision. This is where two critical challenges come into play when thinking about business execution and translating strategy into actual priority. Many leaders think their team automatically has the context and automatically sees why work matters or fit into the overall mission. And second, too often organization and leadership have convinced employees are the bricklayer. Employees don't feel empowered to engage in conversation about the broad purpose and believe that they haven't entitled to that context. This has detrimental effect on productivity. OKRs help every employee see cathedral you are building with each brick they lay. And just as importantly, they help leaders determine where most focus is needed, which resources are best suited for which job, and how to move quickly without sacrificing quality. OKR methodology has helped thousands of the most successful companies in the world execute and stay ahead of the game for over 50 years. OKR provide focus, accountability, clarity, and purpose. And leaders have embraced their simplicity and structure like no other framework. They can do the same for you and your team, driving growth, alignment, and flexibility in a time when you can't afford to live without it.